Okay. All right then. Okay, guys. Let me just mute everyone. Okay, just allow for some time for me to answer the questions towards the end. For the guys on the regular program already, I'm sure you're going to know the first part of it. And the second part, as I said, it's some of the new stuff that we're actually working on. Apologies, guys. Connection seems to be a bit slow on my side. All right. Okay. So this is essentially the life that we all aspire to achieve. Okay. Some of us are closer than others. But the most important thing is that we all do get actually started when it comes to this sort of thing. Okay. As I said, I've been working on some developing a few systems over the past couple of months. Okay, some of you are on the testing program for the newer ones, but for the ones that have been actually finalized and are working perfectly, I'll be able to introduce everyone through to that now. Okay. All right then. Okay, so this is me on all places. Okay, you guys know Office. All right, so this is a TV interview that we did, and this is just me and food, one of my biggest companions. All right, so just wanted to include that there. Okay, so a lot of people ask, okay, there's a lot of instruments that you can trade. Okay, you can trade forex, you can trade binary options, you can trade. There's forms of trading that are different and instruments within them. Okay, and people have a lot of different opinions about what sort of markets to actually trade. But here are some 3 simple rules as to why someone would actually be trading the foreign exchange market. Okay, firstly, it's the most liquid market on the planet. Okay, by far, it far surpasses even the GDP of the UK. It basically passes like 5.3, 5.4 trillion US dollars daily. Okay, that is in and of itself is completely mind blowing. And now, one of the key features of the foreign exchange market, you require very low capital and also equipment requirements. You just need a basic laptop. You don't need a bigger screen or multiple screens. Okay, we do all of that stuff just for show, guys. But essentially, all you need is a good, reliable internet connection and a reliable laptop, and you can actually. And of course, you need to know what's going on within the markets, as most of you already are on that note, already making money consistently, manually trading as well. Okay. Now, there's been a lot of advances within the foreign exchange market. Okay, but in terms of the automated industry, it has been a bit slow in actually reaching this side. Some of you might not know, but I've been doing the whole automated trading thing before it became as popular as it is right now. I just kept it on the low, but now I'm just actually opening up some of the systems that I use and allocate a percentage of. Okay, now how a basic foreign exchange transaction works. Okay, now let's assume then you want to go on holiday and you need $1 to finance that holiday. Now let's assume the current exchange rate is 14 Rand for $1 US. So in effect, you would then sell your 14 Rands for $1. Okay, that's the basic concept. All right, now in and of that, what you need to note that is bidders and people who actually want to purchase anything that you put out on the market, whether it be a euro, whether it be a dollar, whether it be a Japanese yen, anything that you put out on the market, there is a willing buyer for that. Okay, depending on how liquid that particular market is. Now, between that transaction, we might look at a trading platform and take a trade, and you see it executed in 1 second or 2 seconds, and you think that's really fast. But in essence, that is some of the slowest, well, it has to be the slowest. MT4 has to be the slowest commercially available platform for actual trading. Okay, because I mean, 1/10 of a second is a huge gap in the real world, in the real markets, because high frequency trading, which is essentially what most of these big boys guys do at this moment. Because if I can get an order filled in before you, that means I pay lower spreads. I get in 2 or 3 milliseconds before you, then I can get out quickly. So it does cause a bit of ruckus in the market, so to speak. So basic transition from the manual trading to the automated trading part of things is essentially because manual trading, as some of you know, is emotionally draining. Plus, it takes a lot of time to actually become a really outstanding trader. I don't want to say good, because if you want to have a secondary income through forex trading, it won't take you that long. But if you want to be a professional trader and manage money for other people and stuff like that, that becomes something that you need to work on a consistent basis. All right, now the power of returns. Now, the basic concept of actual forex, a lot of people want to get rich from the forex market, which is perfectly fine, but I'd rather you take those necessary skills and then just try to work on the compound interest part of things. Because once you understand compound interest and you have a long-term view, then you become a professional. Okay, so let's look just at a hypothetical example. Let's say you wanted to invest 53,000 Rand, which is like 4,900 US dollars. I think it's at trading at 13 Rand, I think. Okay, now with this is a basic minimum type of risk strategy that you would achieve. You can see this is week 1 through to week 24. And all you're doing is you're not doing any huge, gigantic numbers. You can see pips, the amount of pips that you make, which is essentially what points are in the foreign exchange market. You're doing 200 pips. That's not a huge amount to pull out of the market consistently. But now, the only downfall that most people would have is to actually keep in line with what this actually details, right? And that's where a huge percentage of people actually fail, because they can't keep to what they promise. Now, that's where the whole automated industry comes in, because it is really clear cut. There's no gray areas. It's either in or it's out, and it sticks to whatever you program it to do. Okay, so this, you can turn a paltry 53,000 rands over the space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to 328,000 rands. Now that's not mind-boggling numbers, but it does essentially help you to yes. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Still on? Okay. All right. So this essentially then, if you try and do too much, which does lead to a lot of people's downfall in terms of the whole manual trading structure, is they try to do too much all at the same time. You might get those, let's say you had a target of to make $100 in a single week, right? And you reach that target by Wednesday, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, if I can make 200, if I can make 100 in 2 days, then another 2 days, that's another 100. So you start adjusting and changing things that you essentially shouldn't be changing. However, with this sort of compound interest structure with it, obviously no withdrawals from the particular account for at least the first 6 months, which is always what I stress. And then you can see these returns are relatively not huge. Okay, you can't see a okay, just try and follow me. I'll be able to answer questions and just recap for the guys who came in a bit late. But hopefully the sound is a bit better now. Sabili, I think you might have to log out and log back in if you can't hear me, especially if you're using your phone. Okay, just try logging out, logging back in. Let me know if sound is okay. It's better for you. All right. Okay, so now these type of numbers obviously don't make for great stories like, okay, you did 36% growth in a single month. People don't look at that and say, wow, this guy is amazing, that sort of thing. I mean, it's relatively low return if you influenced by the whole social media cult-like society where people want low risk but high returns. Okay, but for people who actually understand the whole investment game, these are actually huge numbers compounded. Okay, so if you look closely, first month you're making 19,000 rand. Now, obviously, you need a substantial amount of capital to be able to get to these kind of numbers. If you have smaller capital, then you might need to leave your investment a bit longer within a particular account. All right. Okay, now most of us already know market manipulation, which is essentially what the big boys do. Smart money, they call them smart money, and they call retail traders dumb money, believe it or not. There's other nicknames as well for retail traders, which is essentially the normal person trading from their laptop. They call them paper, believe it or not. Okay, and a lot of things happen in the market that really shouldn't be happening. If you want a good reference book, it's Brokers, Bagmen, and Modes. Yeah, that's the one book on what goes on in the industry with regards to the brokers and the dirty tricks and a couple of lawsuits that were actually filed. So if you want more insight into that, you can just Google that book, download the PDF, or just order it online on Amazon or something. Okay, now the market is the most manipulated, the foreign exchange market, and because of this, it's really has patterns that are identifiable. I know a lot of guys here already are just killing it on a weekly basis, and have actually mastered the art of reading the markets very well. And now that can be done. Now, the issue becomes if you have a full-time job, you need to be working, you need to sit in front of your laptop and do some analysis, and you need to get the kids ready. So it also becomes a matter of time. Okay. Is everyone else's sound okay? Is everyone else's sound okay? Okay. If sound is not good for you, just try and log out and then log back in, especially if you're using your cell phone. That's mainly the problem that we usually have. But just log out and log back in. Let me know if it's working. All right. Okay. Now, a lot of people, especially guys who've got into the forex industry over the past year or two, are a bit reluctant into the whole automated trading system because of the bad name people pass around about forex, firstly, and of course about the whole automated industry. Okay, now I believe and have seen and have experienced that the same problems that people have within their trading, they have when it comes to automated trading as well. Okay, it's not that you take an EA or forex trading robot, you pop it in there, it just makes money nonstop. People try and change things that they really shouldn't be changing, extending periods. So if I make 10% of my account in 1 week, risking a certain percentage, then I can trade this as well. So if the rules are explicit in saying you only trade this EA or robot or whatever it is on the euro dollar, that's where you actually trade it on. Okay, if it makes 10% or 5% a week, that's perfectly fine on the euro dollar. But what people do, they say, okay, if it makes 5% on the euro dollar, if I put it on the dollar yen, pound yen, and the USD CAD, then I'll make 20% or 25% a week, which obviously doesn't work like that. Right. Now, believe it or not, most money managers on Wall Street have experience in some way or another with automated trading system. They've been using it for decades, and it's something that we've only woken up to now when it comes to SA especially. But essentially the basics of it dictate that you need to have a certain level of understanding before you actually get into something. Okay, now in most cases, all right, quite recently, this is a 2016 Wall Street Journal study. It basically estimates that algo trading trades about 1.51 billion US dollars. Okay, so the spot market is essentially the foreign exchange market. So algos weren't used back in 1998, believe it or not, but now they come and they rival electronic platforms. Okay, so voice, which is dealer to dealer, is essentially you calling a broker, executing the orders, and that is people on the trading floor, Chicago Floor Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, those big boys. And electronic platforms would be us. Okay, trading on MT4, C Trader, all of that. Okay, now you can see the light, this is pink, right? And this is a darker shade of pink. And most cases, it's closely rivaling the electronic platform, which is manual trading. So algos, simple algorithm that you actually program that lets you know, or you tell it what to do when it sees opportunities in the market, whether you're watching the charts or you're not watching the charts. It just basically does what you're supposed to be doing. All right. Okay, now I look at it in the next 10 years as algo trading exceeding electronic platform, which is manual trading, us having to wait for chart setups, having to stay up at night or wake up at night to check the charts, quotes, all of that stuff. I see in the next 10 years that algo trading will actually just far outshine, because they have huge benefits to it. And if you completely understand how to use them, they can make you a lot of money. Right. Now, as I said, trading robots have been around for some time. Money managers on Wall Street, they've been using them for ages. Now, it needs time to actually master. Manual trading, it needs time to master. It can become a bit difficult if you're running a business, you have a job, you have kids, and you can't really do all of those things and bundle them up into one single day. And you getting some system in particular to actually help you out with that can lead to a lot of benefits. Hence, then the push to automated trading systems. Okay, now for me personally, I have a certain portion of funds within these systems. Okay, I still manually trade. Some of the guys in the group know I still do analysis in the morning. I still trade myself, and a certain portion, a percentage of the funds within the company actually go through to actually get traded on these. So on days that I don't trade, it will actually take trades, still making money. You guys know yesterday I didn't trade NFPs. I was relaxing, but I can show you guys later on the amount of pips that one of the EAs actually raked in yesterday while I was busy, relaxing, just getting ready for the following week. Okay, so that's where the huge demand of manual trading is actually fading away slightly, and algo trading now, if you have both, if you can manually trade and you can have an EA to actually run on the side, that can be an incredible advantage. But I always do suggest you get some sort of education, or you learn how to trade properly, because that's the best way. I mean, that's where you get the big returns. But algo trading is smaller returns, but they're more consistent, and you can actually predict more or less how much you can actually earn, because the variables stay the same, the parameters. The markets might shift a bit, but obviously the EAs are built to adjust to that as well. Okay. Okay, now this is basically, I think this was a week ago. Yeah, this is a week ago. And this isn't too much, as you guys might know. But if you look, what might surprise you guys, this is 1 week. a total of 714 trades. Now, this is a scalper. What it does, it takes short-term trades like 2, 3, 4 pips, and it doesn't use stops. You guys know what happens to stop losses in the market. Okay, those who don't, soon enough you'll find out. But essentially, it doesn't use those. It hedges, which means it can take a buy and a sell on the same currency pair. It works on one currency pair. And this is one of the accounts that I actually put it on. You can see steady growth, which is what I like to see, steady growth and small declines, small declines, small declines, and then continuation. Because I hate to see balance going up and then down, up, down. That to me really doesn't make sense. And those are real high risk to operate. Okay, if you're looking at the consecutive wins, okay, you had 6 consecutive wins at the most and 2 consecutive losses at the most, right? But what's impressive then is the maximal drawdown. Okay, the account never goes below minus 3% of the total account balance. And the gross profit on this account was 1,433 USD, which is, I don't know if you guys can do the math, but the gross loss on it was 896. So you came out positive with a closed P&L of $538, which is close to 10% growth in a single week. All right. Now this is mandatory. This is one currency pair, the euro dollar that it actually trades on, and you can see the percentage strike rate. So in this case, it had 75% right, and on the long side, on the short side, which is selling, and it had 66, well, roughly 69% right on the long positions on the buy trades. Okay, so this essentially is what a scalping EA would do. It takes advantage of these high frequency movements and actually spots. It doesn't care where the market is going, which particular direction. Okay, all it does, it just reads the market, analyzes where it's going to be in the next second or two, and it just takes trades based on that. Because even a 1 pip move in the right direction can mean $100, $200, $1,000, depending on the sizing that you actually do use. So I have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel on how this actually works and comes together. So for more reference, I'll type in the YouTube channel so you can go out to those videos and just check them out as well. Okay. All right. So this was obviously on a live account. This was okay. I think I have the second one here. Okay. This is the second one. Also, if you guys look closely over here, these are just small profits. Okay, you can see this is a big lot size, but profit was small. This was like $10. But profits over here were 496 US dollars. So that's close to $500. I mean, $500 plus minus 7 grand. Anyone can live off 7 grand, I'd assume, a week. And obviously, that's not something that you can say that's guaranteed. This is on a decent trading week. Sometimes it can be more, sometimes it can be less. But essentially, with a low risk strategy like this, all you want to achieve is consistency. Make sure that you're profitable each and every week. Doesn't matter by how much. And so this can actually help you achieve it. Right. Okay, so for the guys that we're going to be doing some testing on an EA, okay, this particular one, this is more of a gold trading one. All it does, it trades gold on the 1 hour, and we've had some really good back testing results of it. Okay, it's not ready as yet, but the previous one is the scalping one, and this is what we're going to be looking at in depth in the new group that I've already created. So if you want to get on that, you can drop me a WhatsApp and just let me know, because we still need about 3 more people, 3 more guys to actually get this. And if you want it on demo as well, to run it on a demo and see how it works, then you're more than welcome to do so. Just send me a WhatsApp with your email address and I'll get that straight to you. All right. So this is a hybrid one. So it takes into account different types of indicators. I won't go to because all indicators are mathematically based. Okay, whether it's RSI, MACD, whatever the case may be, all of them are mathematically based. So they are in turn algos. So what this then basically does, it takes advantage of what we call the breakout or continuation of the movement. All right, so understanding this, also I have a video on this, on how it essentially takes those trades, not too in depth, but does give you an overview of how this actually works. All right. Okay. Firstly, guys, questions so far. Questions. I haven't seen any questions as yet. Hope everyone's still with me, still following. Okay, nothing. Everyone's good. Okay then. All right. So as I said then before, please guys drop me a WhatsApp if you want to get on the testing crew. So we need like 2 or 3 more people to actually finish up the testing on the previous one. However, the other one is up and running, it's ready. And I do have a couple of more statements on it, but I don't want to waste time actually just going into depth about those. But the main thing here today is that the takeaway is obviously there's a new market actually opening up. Yeah, with the EAs, preferably I'd like you to trade only one currency pair. With the scalping one, it's euro dollar. Okay, you use it with FX Open. That's the best broker to use it with. However, we are just testing it out on hot forex. Okay, because we've had some issues with people not being able to fund accounts with hot forex, with FX Open rather. So we're just looking at hot forex and seeing how their spreads are and if it's going to be profitable. Hence, I asked everyone in the testing crew to open up accounts with hot forex so we can see how it works as well there, right? But I prefer the euro dollar, very low spreads. Okay, on the euro dollar can go between 0.5 to 0.3, even sometimes 0.1. So 1 pipette to pay 1 pipette for the spread on FX Open, but they do have a small commission as well. So that's what you should be trading on. All the details and settings I'm going to send through to you as soon as we're done, because right now we're sorting all of that out. Okay, so we're sorting out the emails being sent to the EA, so you should have those before the end of the day. So for everyone else, drop me a WhatsApp and I will make sure you get sorted out. All right. Okay, guys, no other questions? Nothing?
Oh, Anile, how's it?
Yeah, I'm good in you.
I'm good. Listen, about the robot, nah?
Yeah.
Do you have to have a specific set amount of an account?
Okay, now that's a good question. With the minimum for me, I'd love it to be at least $200 US. All right. Okay, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, so starting balance should be at least $200. We have seen it does work on 100 and even 80 something pounds that I did test it on, but essentially I'd like it to be $200, and the minimum settings it works on a 0.01, and you also have a lot multiplier there, which I'll show you in a document that I'm going to send.
Okay, no problem. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, cheers. All right. Okay. I see a hand being raised. Or did I just answer your question?
My question was answered. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Just Okay, guys, so no other questions.
No, I think we're fine for now. Hey.
All right, everyone's good. All right then. Okay, so I have a game to get to. I'm going to actually watch a game today, believe it or not. I'm going to be taking the rest.
Thanks for your time.
All right, no, thanks for coming through. All right, guys.
Sure.
Hopefully everyone has my number. There it is. Drop me a WhatsApp and we'll get sorted. And all the guys on the testing crew, you should expect emails before the end of the day with everything, with the settings. So for this new one, yeah. But the old one, you'll also be able to run it for at least 1 week. But I'll give you guys some time to actually run it in 1 week. But make sure the accounts are set up properly. If you have any problems setting those accounts up, please let me know. Right. Yeah.
What?
All right then, guys. Thanks. Then there are no other questions. I will end the session here. And if you need me, you know where to go. Right. Thank you, guys. Cheers.